Alright, what's going on everyone out there on YouTube? NES Ruler, and welcome to a brand new review. And this time around, we'll be checking out a film that was sent to me review by Cauldron, and you can pick this up on Blu-ray at all your favorite online retailers. It is a film from the year 1978, once again, from the country of Italy, and it is titled Convoy Busters. So, very much like most action films that came out in the 1970s. This film is highly influenced by Dirty Harry, of course. At this point, the first three of those films came out, and this came out 2 years after The Enforcer in 76. But you can still tell that Dirty Harry had quite an influence on these bad cop, good cop kind of action films that were coming out. And this one is no different. So, this film, I think, has the biggest problem where it doesn't really have any sort of concrete narrative. It's just built upon our main character, who is this cop, and it's kind of like broken into sections where the first half of the film is one story and the second half of the film is another story. It's very weird. It doesn't have any concrete storyline throughout. But we follow our main cop. Like I said, he's a Dirty Harry kind of character. And one day he gets a tip-off that this very important figure is smuggling diamonds into Italy. And he finds this out because there is a woman that got murdered and is found on the riverfront with her throat slashed. And basically he puts the pieces together that this very important businessman's son was involved with this murder, and he starts to put these pieces together, and he finds out that this guy is smuggling diamonds into Italy, and it's basically him trying to stop this from happening and going after this guy who's an important figure who has friends in high places and things like that, and along the way he has to put the law into his own hands in the Dirty Harry kind of a way, and murder who he has to murder to be able to get to this guy. And he ultimately succeeds, and then the second half of the film picks up where he decides to leave this town in Italy and go to a smaller seaside bay kind of town, and he becomes the commissioner of the police department there. And his conflict in this city is that there is a underground gun smuggling ring that is happening, and his job is to try and bust these guys from smuggling these guns into this small seaside river community. And that's basically it. Like I said, there's a love story in the second half of the film. And there's a lot of shootouts, a lot of squibs, awesome bloody squibs, a little bit of sleaziness. For an Italian film, there's actually not that much sleaziness in this movie, surprisingly, but there's a little bit. This cover is kind of bogus. There's no really entertaining car chases or anything like that. And when you look at the reversible cover art of this release from Cauldron, it's one of those old school VHS cover arts where the cover was better than the movie. I mean, there was really no car chases with explosions or anything like that. So, I was kind of expecting more in that department. But I still feel like the movie is entertaining enough. I think the main character is really charismatic, and he's really likable. And I liked watching him try to solve these two cases. And it's not bad. It's your typical late 70s Dirty Harry ripoff from Italy. It's fine. Doesn't do anything to change or revolutionize anything, but I still had a good enough time. I wish the story was a little bit better, a little bit more concrete, but for an hour and 40 minutes, it did a good enough job for what it was trying to achieve. Nothing amazing, but I still had a good time with it. So this release from Cauldron, this is release number 12. It has a pretty good transfer. It's pretty decent. It's a new 2K restoration from the negative, and it has the Italian track on it with English subtitles, as well as an English dub with English subtitles, if you prefer that. And it has some interviews. It has a interview with our main guy in this film, who's very enjoyable. I'm not going to butcher his name. And then we have some more interviews with some more of the people who were associated with this film. And then you have a featurette about our main character and this film and his time in Italy and his time as an action star. Interesting featurette. I appreciate it. Then we have a commentary track, some more archival interviews with Diodato talking about this movie, trailer, and image gallery. So a pretty good list of features here from Cauldron. And like I said before when I showed it, you got reversible cover art, with your typical black discs that Cauldron usually has, with some pretty awesome artwork there. So overall, Convoy Busters, it is what it is, enjoyable for what it is. I had a good time with it, so if you guys like Italian action, Dirty Harry kind of rip-offs, you're probably going to want to pick this one up. So that's my review of Convoy Busters. If you guys like this review, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. Hope everybody's doing well, and I shall talk to you guys soon. See you guys.